Hey everyone. So in today's video, we are going to be installing this Toyota Integrated Dashcam from Toyota in this Toyota Sienna. This is a 2021 XLE all-wheel drive, but these instructions should apply for any Toyota Sienna after 2021. So here are the things that you're going to need. You're going to need a 10mm socket wrench. Um, in the box, we have the camera, some zip ties that can be used to secure the wire once it's installed. We have the base plate with adhesive on the back, and then we have this template here. I'll talk a little bit more about that after this. We have some 91% alcohol to clean the area that we're going to be installing the camera with a clean microfiber cloth. We have a trim tool, which will be used to remove some of the trim pieces. I have this kit here. Really like this because it comes with all different sizes and shapes. I'll have a link for this in the description below. And I believe that is it. Let's get started. So before you begin the installation, you are going to want this alignment template here. You could just eyeball it, but honestly, it's probably just better to follow what Toyota recommends. So in the description below, I will have a link to a PDF that contains this template, and you can print it out. It looks something like this. The main thing that you want to look out for is you want to get a ruler, and you want to line up the ruler to make sure that you print this out to the correct scale. I found that for my case, I had to set the scale in the print settings to 101.5%. And what that did was it pretty much lined it up exactly. So once you print that out, then you want to take your scissors and cut around and you remove this piece. And then you can discard that. And then this is the template that we'll use to install the camera. Another thing I forgot to mention was you will need some tape to secure the template to the windshield. So I have just some painter's tape here, but any sort of tape should work. So in the PDF in the description, I would recommend taking a look at it. This is the one that I'm going to be following to install the dash cam. This is directly from Toyota. So we're going to start with step one here, and that is to disconnect the battery. So you can find the battery in the back of the vehicle. When you open the trunk, there is this access panel here. You can open it, pull that out, and then to disconnect the battery, all we want to do is just disconnect the negative terminal, and then that should be good enough. So you'll need your 10mm socket. Go ahead and disconnect that. And then you can just pull that off, tuck it away so that it doesn't hit. There you go. And that should be good enough. One thing you'll see here, I have my battery jump starter. Definitely recommend having one of these in your vehicle in case you ever have a dead battery. You don't have to worry about having jumper cables. And the great thing is with this vehicle, there's plenty of space to store it right here. And I'll have a link for this in the description below. This actually saved me. My vehicle died a couple weeks ago, and I was able to just crawl back here and jump it without having to call a tow truck or anything, or call a friend to jumpstart me. So that's really nice. Just quick tip there. So now that the battery is disconnected, the next step is to apply vehicle protection to the front seats, dash, center console. We're going to skip that step because it's my van and don't really need to do that. This is more for the mechanics at the Toyota dealership. So next step would be we're going to align that template. So we're going to take the template that we printed out and we're going to use the tape to attach it to the windshield. So let's jump up there and do that. All right, so we're in the front of the vehicle now. We're going to take the template and we're going to attach it with some tape to the windshield. One thing you can do is you can take your mirror, kind of move that out of the way. And looking at the template, we want to align the headliner edge with this black line. And then we want to align the TSS cover, which is this, I believe it stands for Toyota Safety Sense, this cover. We want to align it with this black line here. And I already cut some tape, so it's ready to go. And we'll go ahead and attach that template. So before we attach the template, just to make it easier, we want to actually clean that area where we're going to be installing the camera. We just want to clean this area with some 91% alcohol. Right here, got a little on this microfiber cloth. We'll just wipe this whole area down. Nice and dry. Now that the area is clean, we will take our paper template, get it in place. All right, so the next step, once we have the template attached, is we want to take the base plate and we're going to peel off the plastic on the back, and then we're going to just slide it right in there so that it fits right inside that template. Going to remove plastic from the adhesive. Just going to line this up. Once it is in there, you want to just apply pressure for 10 seconds. All right, 10 seconds. So that should be good. So at this point, we don't need this template attached anymore. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove it. And our next step is we're going to remove this roof console panel up here so that we can access, there's a little connector that is that's waiting up there for us, and we just need to remove that. To do that, there are some clips, and we want to use our trim tool, and we want to stick the trim tool in on either side here and pop it out. We definitely don't want to come in with the trim tool this way because there are two clips right here, and if we pull down on that, then it'll break. So I'm gonna come in here with the camera. Just so you can actually probably don't even need the trim tool. You can just put your fingers in here. That should just come right down. And then once it comes down, they recommend that you remove this clip here. So I had to put my phone down to remove this, but to remove this here, there is a little tab when you look down, and you just have to push that tab down and then pull out, and then that will disconnect the roof console. So I found something interesting actually when I was opening this up. I was expecting just to see this blue connector empty, but so this is a used vehicle, and it appears that the previous owner did some sort of modification here. And I was pulling out all the wires. I was like, "What is this connected to?" And it was connected to this little adapter, which goes into a USB port. I think this is USB A, and it was popping out right here. So I think the previous owner had they had a dash cam previously installed on this vehicle, and it was removed, but the wiring was left intact. So I'm going to put the camera down fast and then just disconnect this and clean this up and take this out because we're not going to need it. All right, so now that blue connector is exposed, we're going to go ahead and attach the camera to the base plate, and then we're going to feed this wire through the headliner. We're just going to pull that down a little bit, feed the wire down to the blue connector, and then these two clips, these two clips should connect to the headliner as well once we touch it. So first pull that down a little bit. So now that that's fed through, pull it. There we go. Okay, so we've installed the dash cam to the base plate there. You can see that those two clips are hooked behind the headliner. And then we have the wire pulled all the way out. So the next step that we're going to be doing is we're going to be connecting these two connectors, and then we want to shove all this excess back here, and we want to make sure that it's not anywhere here, because when we install um, the when we install the roof console again, we don't want to make sure that's not pinching any of these wires. All right, so I connected the dash cam to the blue connector, and then I just shoved all the excess back over here. There's tons of room, so that should fit back there. Next step is we are going to reconnect this connector to the roof console, and then we will reinstall the roof console. Okay, so off camera, I reconnected the connector that we disconnected from the roof console, and then I reinstalled the roof console by just sliding those two tabs back into the headliner, and then just pushing right here, and that pops it. That pops it back in place. So push around, no more clicking, and that's good. All right, so the last and final step is to reconnect the battery. So you probably have this plastic piece here. This is the orientation that you want it to be in. Just if that fell off, just grab that, and just slide the negative clamp onto the negative terminal. You get some sparks there. Make sure that's seated down, and you just want to press it down on there. And then you just want to use the 10mm socket to reconnect the battery. Enough. All right, let's head back to the front of the vehicle and check out the camera. All right, so I just powered on the vehicle, and I got a little beep from the dash cam here, and it is showing up as green. So I believe that is all set. All right, so now that the dash cam is installed on the vehicle, we are going to head over to the App Store and download the Toyota Integrated Dashcam app. Once that is downloaded, we'll accept the terms and then click Add Dashcam. And we'll need to hold down the Wi-Fi button on the dashcam for 2 seconds to activate the Wi-Fi connection. Once that's done, you will go into your phone's Wi-Fi settings and you'll see Toyota Dashcam. You'll select that, and then you'll need to enter the password that was shown on the previous screen within the app. If the dashcam does not show up in your Wi-Fi settings, you might need to turn your Wi-Fi on and off on your phone, and then it should pop up. So that'll connect. You'll tap allow here, and for some reason it didn't connect, so I'm just going to retry that. And then it should connect here. So once it is connected, we're going to go into the live view, and it might take a minute or two for that to pop up. But as you can see, the live view is working. So that's pretty much going to do it for this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I will have links to everything in the description. And if you could please like, subscribe to this video, that definitely helps out. And thanks for watching.